that one day be the happen. Yes, it be there as a subject, but when it began for come out in the early 80s, it began for come out of the syllabus, they began for rules for pull outside this educational system because of a change in educational system. We see the problem the way arise at the country, Sierra Leone. Everybody be they do things no more like a feel. And all if you want to know about the moral responsibility to the family, the moral responsibility to the community, the moral responsibility to the state, to the country as a whole. Everybody be they do things no more. The laws are not be the work. Whether you violate the law or you know violate the law, nobody no one know. There was a time at this country, some people they talk say, you know what I mean? There was a time where some man they talk say, if I do this thing, they let both case. We are in this not be fine. So that one day be done they boil out. Even up to the time where we can't get on the unfortunate situation at this country inside where the war began for camp for 11 years. Because everybody be they do things somewhere we don't find. Now after the war, we see the recommendation the way the TRC make, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, the one where they sit down there, they look at what thing caused the war. So man say na injustice, so man say na corruption, so man say na what's in them called intransigence. On man they do, I can do something like Bob case, so man talks in a immunity. Nothing they come inside. So with all the recommendation in there, then one of the key things then will be make, even after that one day, they make another conference. One of the conference for the next 25 years, for less how long go before. And one of the recommendations that we do that they for introduce civic education back in the syllabus because certain people and they were operating under what's called ignorance. So man, they don't know what's in rights, and then someone don't even know what's in responsibility. And even when someone what's in rights and responsibility, Jericho be talk about this impunity. I can do it I want because only the few we are privileged. Only few people and get money in the country. Only few people and get power. So when the power spread, that's where they are talking about decentralization. So the power need for go at the community level. The power need for go to the ordinary man, the remote communities. So there comes saying civic education. Civic education don't say where everybody be the shout for they come back na the at least na the curriculum, na the school system back. Because and when kind of the school system, they make obligatory according to the Constitution of Sierra Leone, the government for provide basic education for every Sierra Leonean. So if you go school, from where small you go school, you know about your rights and your responsibility, it will make you become good citizen. It will make you become, you become patriotic to your community. You become patriotic to your community. You live fine, so you company. All this will be done lacking. And even now that civic education don't come back to the syllabus, we see say we need for do more because we get what they call the system is indexed. In other words, there is a lot of gap in the system now. Only the one in our way, that small one, and they no more the benefit now. Then school going, you did class 1 up to class 6, you did GSS1 up to GSS2. Now you the benefits right now from civic education. And we thank God to the National Council for Civic Education, previously of development, now of democracy. They don't try. The mandates where the government give them, this present government, for many into this civic, into the system, they don't do them. Then one day we give them kudos. They don't really try. So now that civic education don't come at the syllabus, we get people we don't miss out from this civic education. The young ones them, the young adults them, the one that will not be fortunate for go school. They don't go through, they don't get anything, they don't even know about their right, they don't know how the system they work. They don't know say they for pay tax. Who said the tax money they go? They don't know say na so where you for go na free education and free healthcare day. They don't know say where you there now this entitled to. So what there are a lot of people they don't know. So the question when you ask, this civic responsibility and this civic obligation, one, we need for ensure say more, especially one that they don't miss out. We need for provide informal civic education to the one in our way not get.
Okay.
So we need for go to the communities.
I want for interrupt you on that. I don't talk to somebody in a privileged conversation. He tell me say the civic education which Sierra Leone introduced as recent as some years or so or months.
Yeah.
He say na the wrong way we dey teach the pikin.
Okay.
He suggests to me that the way for the teach the pikin now that if the pikin do wrong, tell am say what you do it is wrong. So how una as civic education teacher they teach the pikin about the civic responsibility and obligation under civic education?
To me personally, when I can teach civics to me pikin and to me people to me student them, I dey always bring calm real life situations. One, I dey ask them na morning, wetin na you work na house na morning. I can always tell when I meet up any parents, I dey always tell and say, parents, you need for calm monitor you pikin na school for them know wetin dey happen. And then even when don't go na house, for them for tell am say na this, you may monitor you pikin at school, and then wetin back they do na house, you also communicate am to the school. So the government actually a rollout like any other country where they do this formal, now a formal something, a formal civic education, and then inside the we side the outline, I guess the book one we side the outline, some of the few roles and waiting picking for do, and then inside it. I think the waiting for do now, what side missing to the question we ask. Now the syllabus they have to teach the beginner everything inside it. Whether what you do wrong, how to correct you, what's that you duties and what's that the chores that we for doing at the host. A day inside it. What side now we need for targets now, or what's the institution need for target now? Now waiting how to tell the teachers them, how to tell the adult educators them, or how to tell the educators them, how to roll out these subjects here. Or how for tell people and waiting for do, waiting on the right obligation. I think that we need for do now. So we get one problem generally. Thing they begin fine and then at the end in a dull or at a fade away. This syllabus will away don't introduce a day, but we need for train the teachers there. The teachers have for teach them subject this subject there to the student there, to the beginner, so that they will get require impact. Because if we know train the teachers them, not to a 1 day training, not to a 2 days workshop. We need to train them. It will be a continuous process. It will be an engagement. So they can even the council or the one that the one that where they in charge for kind of the school and tell us say what is it this subject and this is for tell the picking. Now this is for tell and say this what they do so enough. Oh, don't see now picking now. Even right now I see some picking them when they say for go school they go school. Just imagine after 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, all I see picking at the dress. I say, ask them, I say, boy, in a school, they go. Say, I say, boy, where you can go? Then even when you go, the school authorities and not any for accept, they send you back now. They quit they say. So this want to buy something. And the post will tell you that one day, it may be right. Because we need to get the right disposition for roll out the subjects here. What are not to think. When on black and white, what the syllabus.
You have to do with attitude and actions.
Again, for do with the right attitude, the action, and we need to get the right disposition. The person need for me. You know what Professor Pikin say no for no take drugs. Then when you go na corner, you take drugs. Like this cushion where all they talk now. You know what that Pikin they eating na corner or you post. You don't go tell Pikin say not take him. You go talk not take him. Then you post him where they take him. It wrong. You get for clear your house, then later now, before you get for clear, the other areas then. So now that we don't miss him. So we need to get a robust way for roll out this civic education at the schools then, at the school system. And then equally also, Mr. Soa, we also need for other one day to the one that they don't miss out. I think I made the problem. The problem is so much. You see, man, they drink water, I just wait to see. Even in school picking, I said, you understand more 206. So what are the local council, what are they doing for make bylaws? Not only for make bylaws, even for enforcer. So we get a long way for go, but thank God, we don't start time. I hope say if no more we push on, we will reach there. We will get impact in the next decades or half decades to come.
Yeah, because like what you say so. It's like plenty people don't miss waiting at civic education, waiting the citizens responsibility or rights. Some man feel saying rights, now you want take for being responsibility. And some man in responsibility you want take for being right.
Exactly.
So civic obligation and responsibility, then they go hand in hand, right?
Yes.
Whilst the one voluntarily. You
Yes.
for think and say this is morally good, la undertake them. Obligation now, if you not do something they will go for them by you. Whether it be legal consequences or they imprison you or they arrest you. Now, in Sierra Leone, waiting are some of the things the way we go do so, we go say this na civic obligation.
The civic obligation area is very, very important. We get a lot of areas and we, if we do them, it go fine. For now, a day at civic responsibility level, we are in morally left to you. This if you do them or not do them. We don't see a situation where the country or the communities and dirty. Any outside you pass, you see plastic na grown, you see dirty na grown, you see paper na grown, you see people they go to a dirty na street. So if the local councils them, they make a civic obligation, they make an obligatory for everybody. Say if you, the moment they see you, they catch you to a dirty na street, you heap even the jot of a cigarette, the plastic of water, the packets of cigarettes you drop on a street, then you'll be liable to a fine, not a small fine, a fine, a reasonable fine where that person the way won't pay and next time no go do am. You say, but me, that person see there in case about few people and see the way them to dirty na street, where them go wet na the corner, where them go to that water plastic. Then go to it and catch that person and all the money they go to it dirty na street. Where then catch them, then find them. Instead, then also say once evidence they then catch you, the camera and they around, the person see you, then catch you. Definitely you are going to be fine. Or you go to at least a month or so in prison, then that one day will fine. So this dirty business, we want one way for the government or for the local governments or for maintain we safe, let them make dirty around, for litter around, may they make them a civic obligation. And then also we don't see a situation where we don't get deforestation so much in this country. Deforestation in the sense we say all man they go just cut stick or go more than healing, then protected areas them. See man, you go capture the we say again paper, we don't know. Now we don't see the protected areas them, they don't begin take them there. Now we explain global warming. The place don't begin warm, we don't get climate change. And they ask the way the place they warm now, we are this generation we get the place they warm now. What about the other generation we get for camp? We won't pick in again for camp. How the place go camp? How the place get for time? Because of deforestation. Because of the cut the stick. And next thing they also the only one they we do biology or we are science student and they don't say then stick there and they provide oxygen and they provide the clean air for all breathe. So then they cut on the hills then. One again effects the place they warm and then the ground and the dry. The water while they dry. Inside December, January, the water they don't dry. So if government make them mandatory and make it into law, if it is inside the law, it has to be enforced. Say make them make them a civic obligation that anybody where a mistake, go tamper with the protected area land. That individual the law better and seriously. So now other area than the way the civic obligation need for kind side. Then also, of course, it will be very difficult, but advanced country where they advance for go votes now by force. Now civic obligation for go votes. We don't see situation in this country. We say people I go vote. Then we they grow more about the system. That this leader can will not let come. This person way they rule will not let come. No. But you know go vote. Remember, when they say for go vote, you know go vote. So all our country is for let you become for let wise the democracy. now a pauper something because to my men not go be just go oppose. If will also be a equal contributor to the system. So for go votes. When one of the civic responsibility for now, I want to make a civic obligation. It will make we all we leaders accountable. It will make anybody where they go. They say, and if I go there, and if I mistake, they go hold me. The moment I don't mistake, either they drop me, they sack me, or then put what's in a call votes of no confidence, all of them send it. So now that area then I don't see. I don't know if you get any other
Yeah,
area.
well, until today, now the maiden edition of the VOS Civic Education program, and I believe family they don't know where they listen, don't they learn from you. This is na Amara Kagbo, we na civic education teacher, and we all know how important they don't tell you about civic education and waiting at the difference between civic responsibility and civic obligation. Which are some of the things that we need for do, where then will describe as your civic responsibility or obligation. And it also tell we waiting salon citizen them or how civic education they at play as far as salon concerned. This is not the maiden edition, and this subject or this program get a whole lot of topic that we get for the look at as far as civic education concerned. As time don't really the catch we, and this is not the introduction of the program. We can always come to you from 12 to 1, and me we go to bring and come to you. My name is Yusuf Soa, and a day with Amara Kagbo, we a civic education teacher. You get for the join we for help we for make we go clearly they understand within a civic education, civic responsibility and obligation, and within salon law self say about civic responsibility and obligation. Some people, like I say salon dey the state way they so because plenty people lack civic education. Waiting me and you for do for help to push with community or country or we region and go before we they fail for do we almost they cast blame on central government. We me and you get role for play, we go make things better. So as Voice of Salon Radio, we they continue for the look at this area of civic education, responsibility and obligation. But before we go, I want Amara for really tell we you don't dey follow civic education business. You not teacher.
Yeah.
We don't see how this government don't try for bring civic education at schools. Also try for create a secretariat with a national waiting civic education council for ensure say then popularize the knowledge of civic education across the country.
Indeed.
Because that's na in then say na a complex problem we make salon day usai day so.
Yeah.
And to some point, some school of thought you want for agree with them. So whose advice will you get for the government and from where then start? Whose challenges where you see say then civic education drive down they get? Without to go wrap up the program for today.
Thank you very much. The we institution now we started this civic education years back from 2010 to 2015. We don't start time and we be done the tell government say through the Minister of Education say there's a need for making into this civic back at the school and then also for roll out at the system because not only be school. You get for going at the markets, you get for going at the community, at the junctions them and other areas them. So the government we for tell them thank you because they see the need for set up a whole directorate for this civic education business. We're at the National Council for Civic Education and Democracy. Then it's high. Of course, now because of the efforts where that particular director they don't set up a whole ministry also for give policy guidance to the process. So civic education at the highest level now, it is inside this government. So then one of the key challenges then when me don't they go around at the see is that the need for especially do more. The need for do more. Yeah. The need for do more in terms of engagement, especially in terms of the media engagement, in terms of community engagement, in terms of meeting people. Alexa somebody in the it's don't self na your base. Men and they go meet her directly. And if we go meet people directly in the markets, we go meet people in the communities then then people will feel belong and then say be part of the governance structure. And those are the challenges. And men not only stop in school. The only thing that they don't do over this almost 5 years to 6 years now, and only then at the schools them. And if only get put in at the schools them, we are only targeting the next generation or the present picking them to the next generation. What about those what's they go on right now? And like where they say, what's they go on right now? Now they the problem they. Then one they don't miss out. How go for go meet them? So the government need for do more challenges and they. If you go meet them now, then go talk say and then we begin tell you other their own challenges that we they say they get, but they need to do more. For the fact that government don't make them, they don't put out to a whole ministry level, civic education. The public they expect more. We self an institution they expect more. The media they expect more from them. I will stop here for now.
Okay. Well, Fambul, in Amarakabo, when I teacher of civic education program, we do for teach people and picking them as a reform the next generation of Sierra Leone about civic education. But instead of get a doubt, what about the one that we don't miss that education day? We now adults they don't even know what they do, they know they respect their civic responsibility and obligation, and the consequences we then say can face nobody knows. So we will continue for the delve into this issue and discuss around that and look into them properly as Voice of Salon Radio. And we'll go for the bring with international partner, then also for also the add voice into this. For lay we ensure say we civic educate with people then. Because if people not get the civic education, Salon will continue for go round and round, without making any progress. Our government will put lights, you they go tifam. All landing are because you lack civic responsibility and obligation. Why you go to drink water and trade the plastic na streets? You make a dirty, you say na government for Campulang. You na government. So civic education they teach you all around that. So till we meet again next week with another edition, we'll continue for look at some of the things then where you as a citizen, what you for do, what we call civic responsibility or civic obligation. Till we meet again, me na Yusuf Soa, I want to say plenty thank you to you. We're not able to receive any comment from you, but I hope say you listen and you don't learn. We will join you back next week with another edition of the civic education program where they come to you on VOS Radio. Me na Yusuf Soa, and I want to say plenty thank you to Amara Kagbo, we na a civic education teacher. We come on at the Civic Education Center na Frito Watalo Highway. We can join we. Go they also they come in subsequent edition for lay we they push the program go before. So like I say, this na VOS Radio. We go make we effort for see how we go they teach we self about civic education. So till we able for adopt the habits, then we go push Mama Salongo before. Thank you for where you listen. Bye bye for now.